Okay, so we have discussed about the print statements yesterday. What is print, what is here at println, and all those things. So today we will understand the concept of variable concepts. What is a variable? Variable is nothing but temporary storage of data. What do you mean by temporary storage of data? Like how we store the water in a well, how we store our food in a box. On the same lines, temporary storage of data, like how we store the water in a reservoir. The same thing. Scope of the variable is that scope of the variable is that it gets created during execution. That scope of the variable is between the start and the end of the execution. Once the execution is completed, then the variables will be vanished. Always remember, whatever variables you declare, whatever variables you assign or something like that, only the scope is between the start and the end of the execution. Once the execution is completed, the variables will be vanished during the runtime. Clear? So before we go ahead with the variable, let me define the rules to be followed while declaring the variable. It should start with a small letter. You can also start with a capital letter, but that's fine. But as per the proper standards, we need to start with a small letter. It should not start with a number or a special character. It should not contain any white spaces between the variables. Use underscore symbol as an alternative. It should not use any Java keywords. Got it? So there are around 54 Java keywords that we have in Java. So you should not use either of any of these keywords as the variable name. You should neither use any of the keywords as this variable name. Clear? Now, what are the different data types in Java? We classify them as primitive data type, non-primitive data type. What do you mean by primitive data type? Primitive data type is something like how we have alphabets in English language, how we have numbers from 0 to 9 in mathematics, the fundamental blocks, the building blocks. Those are all called as primitive data types. So in Java, what are those building blocks? Int, long, short, byte. Got it? Char, Boolean. Clear? Need doubts? Char, yeah. Double, float. We'll go through each and every data type in detail. Non-primitive data types include strings, arrays, list, set, etc. There is no limit for non-primitive data types because these are the derived data types. Like you cannot have a limit for number of English sentences. Similarly, will not have any limit for numbers beyond 10, 11, 12. You can have infinite numbers after 10. The same thing with non-primitive data types. We can create and we can have n number of non-primitive data types. Clear?
Rahul, sorry, say again one more time. When I just lost in between.
Okay. So what we are trying to discuss here is the different data types. There are two data types, primitive and non-primitive. Primitive is something like the building blocks of data. Building blocks, like how we have alphabets in the English language, how do you have numbers from 0 to 9 in mathematics. So like this, they are called as the building blocks. So this int, short, byte, char, boolean, char, double float, these are all come under the primitive data types. That means the building blocks of Java, building blocks of data with respect to data types. Non-primitive data types are the derived database types, like how you form sentences with the help of letters of English. How do you form the numbers like 10, 11, 12, 101, 102, so on. That's infinite. Similarly, we say string is a combination of characters. Arrays is a collection of homogeneous data types. List, set, everything is interlinked with primitive data types. That means a collection of primitive data types will be referred to as strings, arrays, list, set. It can be anything. There are infinite number of non-primitive data types. Yeah. I hope everyone is clear cut so far. Can you drop your message in the chat box? Okay. Now, what's next? Now, these are the different data types. So, what is the syntax followed to declare the variable? What is the syntax followed to declare the variable? Data type variable name. So here the data type name is what? Int A1, char B2, double C3, float 4, byte F5, boolean X6, short I7, long J8. So this is how we declare the values of a variable. So if you ask me, character is something that accepts a single value like one character, small character. It can be anything. It can be a capital letter, small letter, or a single digit, or any special character, or even a white space is considered as a character in Java. Got it? Boolean is something that accepts true or false values. When I say byte, accepts a range of values from -128 to 127. Accepts a range of values from -32,768 to 32,767. Accepts a range of values from -2 power 31 to 2 power 31 minus 1. So long accepts a range of values from -2 power 64 to 2 power 64 minus 1. Float means what? Accepts up to 5 significant digits. When I say 5 significant digits, after the decimal point, it will accept up to 5 digits. Like, for example, after the decimal point, I can accept max up to 5 values. Beyond 5 values, it will throw a compilation error. So when I said double C3, accepts up to 16 significant digits. By this time you should know, after the decimal point, it will accept up to 16 digits. Great. So syntax follow to initialize the variable. I can say any kind of data. F4 equal to, whenever we are declaring a float, letter F is used at the end to indicate the compiler that it is a float value. Because the difference between double and float is the number of significant digits. That is why we are using this letter F at the end to tell the compiler that, hey, this is a float value, not a double value. Don't mistake it for a double value. G5 equal to 40, H6 equal to true, I7 equal to J8 equal to, I will use the word letter L. L is used to indicate the used at the end to indicate the compiler that it is a long value, because sometimes if I don't use the letter L, it will be confused between taking the integer or taking the long value. So by default, if you don't use the letter L, it will sometimes consider itself as an integer value. Got it? Like, let me exceed the range of the integer. So it will throw a compilation error like this. So if I use the letter L, then the compiler will understand that, hey, this is a long value. It is not like an integer value. So I will say A1, B2, C3. You can print the variable, you can call the variable names inside a print statement. And if you execute this program, it will be executed. Now, any doubts you have? Now it's time for your doubts. Any doubts, any queries, any questions? Yes, Shweta, go ahead.
Rahul, in system.print this, we don't need to double quote it, right? Just we can pass the
Yes,
variable.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Directly we can call the variables inside the print statement.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Can we print all the variables in a single print statement? Well, we can do that. Consolidated variables are A1 so plus B2 So this is how we print all the variable names inside on one line. So you need to append this with a double inverted comma. If you append this with a double inverted comma, what it will understand that, hey, this is a sentence I'm joining. If you say A1 plus B2 plus C3, it will perform the arithmetic operations. But if you use this double inverted comma, this will be recognized as a sentence. Yeah, go ahead, Siddhi.
Rahul, you just use some shortcut to print the remaining like
Okay,
B1,
okay.
C3.
Okay, that's Copilot doing the job. Let me disable it.
Ah,
Okay. Okay.
I
Not
thought probably that's a shortcut.
no. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
thank
my
you.
Copilot kicking in, so I removed it. So Priyanka, I hope your doubt is clarified. Great. So anything else before we go to the next point? One last time.
Rahul, Abhishek here.
Hmm.
Rahul, the J8, which is for long, which you have defined, right?
Hmm.
Uh, can you just explain me that concept actually? That I'm not very sure about. Like how exactly? I mean, what is the length? I mean, is it something? I mean, length is something been defined
It's
or
not length. See the value range. If you see what is the range of integer, 2 power 31, 2 power 31 to 2 power 31 minus 1. What is long? 2 power 63.
okay?
2 power 63 minus 1. So it's like double the range of int. Okay.
So if it's falling between these values or these range, then only I mean we need to use the log. No, I'm just trying to understand like what is the scenario when we have to use this log. That is what.
When you want to pass the time in nanoseconds, when you want to pass the time in microseconds, when you work with especially date time format, there we require log. And if you want to calculate some time in light years or something like that, then we use J8 long values only. Long values have a lot of scope. Even when we
Okay.
want to use it in rest assured API testing also, we need long values. They won't accept integer values because by default at a compiler level, every value that you trying to upgrade, it will be an integer value. Like for suppose I will show you one use case in method declaration. I'll explain you how the compiler behaves with respect to data types. If
But
we
again, you said I mean for float and log at the end I mean we have to mention L and F, right?
yes,
Yeah. So what my question is, I mean, see, I'm declaring a variable and I'm declaring the data type for that variable. Like if I'm saying F4, F4 is float. J8, J8 I'm declaring as a long. Then why should we need to define at the end the F and L? That is what I was not able to
the
understand
compiler
because I
is, we are indicating the compiler that it's a float value. We are indicating the compiler it's a long value. Always remember, Java is a statically typed language, meaning it always relies on the data types that we pass. So sometimes what happens, compiler can misinterpret this value as a double. Sometimes this compiler can interpret like, hey, I'm exceeding the range of the integer. You see here, what it will say? It will say that it is integer number too large. There are some default settings in the compiler. You need to understand it. So we are respecting the compiler and we are making the compiler life easy by saying that please mention the letter L so that it will look like a long value. Only for float and long only we are doing this activity. The rest of the data types it can understand clearly because there is an equal chance that the value that we pass in the long might fall in the range of integer also. So the compiler has some default settings. By default, if you pass any decimal value, it will consider it as a double value. By default, if you pass any number, compiler will understand that, hey, this is an integer value. In order to remove those kind of differences, that is why we are saying we are indicating the compiler that it's a float value or it's a long value. Got it?
okay. So tell me one thing. I mean, is that possible? I can declare one variable as integer, long integer, and then at the end, I mean, I will when I am giving the value for that particular variable, I can put it as L at the end. Will that be accepted? No.
Which one? Can you tell me?
For example, I'm declaring the J8 as integer, for example, right?
Hmm.
And then later on, when it comes to the initialization, I mean, I'm just entering as J8 with the long value
No, doesn't
ending with
allow. Doesn't allow. Again,
doesn't.
the data type matters.
Okay, okay. So anyway, whatever you are initializing here, I mean, that is again cross-checking with the data type which you have previously, which you have declared.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, 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 got you. Yeah, thanks.
Great. So, fair warning, no doubts, nothing. If no one has anything, then we can solve some BODMAS rules with respect to variable names.
Hi
Correct?
Rahul.
Yeah, hi.
If we declare a variable as integer and we gave when we initialize we gave a float value, will it take or will it
It
do
will
the
throw
typecasting?
compilation error. It will throw a compilation error.
Okay, it don't do the typecasting, right?
Those compilation error.
Okay.
Great. So, since we all have understood the variables, can anyone try solving this operation? I mean, calculators are allowed because these are some huge values we're talking about. So I've printed all the variable names here. So for your convenience sake, I'll say the value of A1 is C3 equal to So can you try solving this question now?
It's 1016.9992.
It is 36.999. Anyone closer to this answer?
Yes, I got 36.9992.
Great. Minus 490 plus 532.
Oh, that is minus 490. Okay, sorry. I thought it's 490.
Okay.
Okay.
So use the calci. Minus 490 plus 532.2442 minus 5.24, right? 36.999.
Yeah, 36.9992. 90. Yeah.
So always remember that Boolean values will never participate in arithmetic operation. Okay, that is one sure thing you have to remember, guys.
So will that be considered as zero or what?
It will throw compilation error. See,
Okay. Oh.
so can anyone try solving this question?
Is it 25,135.2442?
135, yes, correct. Correct. Whoever answered it's right. Rishabh, it will not throw an error. Okay. So from JDK 10 onwards, we have a new concept called as var. What is the purpose of this var? If we do not know the exact data type of the variable, then we can store the value in the var. For suppose I don't know, I just know the value, but I can say I know the value, but I can say 400. Correct? That means what? Internally, it will be recognized as an integer value. Clear? Internally, it will be recognized as an integer value. But now, if I remodify saying that remodified by a character, still it will accept because this is acceptable because it will take the ASCII value of the character.
So it means every time K1, whenever we are assigning new value, it's taking the recent value.
No, 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 no. So what is the value of K1 here? 400, correct?
It's 400, yeah.
Now when I say K1 equal to G, it will take the ASCII value of G. What is the ASCII value of G? We have seen the ASCII table right yesterday.
Yes.
What is the ASCII value of G here? 104.
103.
Yeah, sorry, 103. So it will store the value as 103. Now, if I say K1 equal to some if I pass some double value, what it will say? It is saying that required type is an integer, but you're passing the double value. Got it?
Okay.
We are not breaking the nature of Java is a statically typed language. But the only thing that we are discussing here is that if you don't remember the exact data type, like you don't know whether you need to store it in an int variable or a double variable or something like that, whatever value you have, you can store it in the var. Got it?
Yeah.
You need not
Okay.
remember any of the data types. If you use the word var, you can store it in the var and you can perform the required operations. It's just like if I say var k2 equal to 49.244, internally it will be recognized as a double value. Okay? Internally it will be recognized as a double value. So this is var is used to just avoid remembering all the data types. The moment you get any value, just store it in a var. So internally it will assign, it will recognize which data type this variable belongs to. So once you know which data type this variable belongs to, you can perform the required operations. So suppose if I say K1 into K2, it will print the product of two numbers. Yes, Siddhi, go ahead.
So, Rahul, if we have, for example, if I perform an operation of addition on K1 and K2, and I name the variable as K3, suppose.
Okay, you want to say var K3 equal to like this?
Yes.
Still
So
allowed.
K3, correct. K3 is right now a double value by
Yes.
default.
Yes.
It is taking it as double.
Yes.
For yes. So ongoing, if I subtract something, the decimal value, and it goes to just an integer number like
No, it will
400 or
not go back to an
49,
integer number.
it will
Once the
stay
data type
dot
is
zero zero
initially,
zero.
yeah. Once the data type is fixed initially, only that data type will be considered. If you are trying to change the values later, it will not accept. Initially, it is recognized as a double value inside the Java compiler. So it will assume itself as a double only.
Okay, got it. It will
The
not
on-
change the type
It will
later
not
on.
change the type. Yes, correct. Once you have fixed one type of data, it will continue with that. The only advantage here is that you need not remember the data types all the time. You can use the where keyword and you can keep on storing the values. That is the
Okay.
only recommendation I'm giving it to you. Clear? Can anyone quickly confirm whether this where keyword is clear or not?
Yes, for me it's good.
Can you
Yes,
please
Rahul.
tell me one more time?
Yep, all good, Rahul.
Yes, Priyanka, what's your query?
Yeah, so like if we declare a variable as var, then like it will accept like all the data types, or
Yes, all the
I'm a
data.
little confused.
Yeah, Priyanka, go ahead.
I'm a little confused in that. Can you please tell me one more time?
See, what did we do previously? We have assigned the variables for each and everything. So we had to remember the data type, right?
Yeah.
Here, the same thing I'm doing, but I'm not passing my data type as int double or something like that. I'm just using the var keyword. Based on the value that we pass, it will internally make a mapping that, hey, the value will pass as integer. Now, if I pass a double value, it will internally recognize as a double value. If I do a multiplication of k1 into k2, it will recognize internally as a double value again.
Okay.
So you need
Got
not
it.
remember the data types. The var keyword will help you do all such activities.
So it will be preferable to declare a variable as var rather than integer or double or like float.
I mean, in the initial days, you need to start practicing how you declare the variables along with the proper data types. Once you are clear with that, only come with the var. Why? Because
Okay.
since we are learning now, start with the
Mhm.
fundamentals, like how do you declare the variables using the proper data type. If you are able to
Okay.
ace that, then start using var keyword, because during the development of framework, sometimes we will forget the data types. I honestly sometimes forget the data type. So what I will do, I will store it in a var and I know how to use the required functions. Got it?
Yeah, got it.
For
Thank
me,
you.
I can go with var, but for you guys, you need to start practicing right from how you declare a variable, whatever variable I pass, in which data type does it store.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, hi Rahul. Even if it is a string, also this var
Yes.
will accept it.
Yes.
Okay, then you are saying that if it is a G, it will accept only the ASCII value, right? So then
Yes.
how it will print this character if we
It
use the
will
var?
not print the character. See, if you say K1, what is the value of K1 here? It will be 103. Value of K1 will be 103. Got it?
Yeah.
The multiplication it will do 103 into 49.22424.
Okay, if I want to print the character itself, then what
You
will be
cannot
the...
print the character.
Okay, then var won't accept this characters then.
Yes.
Character string.
Yes. In this var K1, it will not accept any other value apart from integer.
Okay, the other variable will accept then, right?
Yeah, other variable will accept. See, K2 will accept
Okay.
only double values. K3 will
Okay.
accept double values. Now, if I say var K4 of one character, what will
Yeah,
happen? It
it
will
will
accept
print.
only characters now.
Okay, 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 okay.
See, the same concept. Remember this word. Remember this sentence. Java is a statically typed programming language. Meaning what? Meaning we need to have a data type for the variable at all the times. Clear? We are not breaking that concept. The only advantage I'm pulling over is if you don't remember the exact data type, use the keyword as var so that you will not be confused. You know how to utilize the data. You know how to process the data. The only thing is you don't know which data type you need to store. Got it? See, the decimal values, then integers all come under one number system. Correct? But if don't know whether you put where to store the decimal values in a double or a float or an integer or a short or byte or something like that. Clear? Sahiti?
Yeah, Rahul, it is clear. Okay.
Great. So this is all about the variables concept. There are two more concepts of variables. One is transient and volatile that we can discuss later.
Rahul Laukit this side. I have one query.
Go ahead.
Rahul, in a real time, we are not using where. Is it because of the like a memory management concept?
Sorry, it's because
A memory management concept, like we are saving the memory by using, like we are not using where, right? And real time like
I
concept,
mean
like,
we can use
but
where.
we are not using it like frequently, right?
We can use it frequently. That is not a problem. If you want, in our
Mm-hmm.
framework class, if you want, I can try exploring more on the where side. Like you can make a note of it and tell me that how do you use where on a regular basis. So indirectly, if I use where, the end user will never know what kind of data type I'm using it.
Oh, okay, that will be fine. Thank you.
Yeah. If you want, we can do one framework with wheres. We can try how much we can achieve it. Got it?
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
So now no one has no doubts with the variables, right? So let's go with the concept of strings. What do you mean by strings? String is nothing but a combination of characters. Always remember, this is the right sentence that we discuss about a string. String is nothing but combination of characters. When I say combination of characters, it accepts a single letter, it accepts string letters. Yes, Priyanka, anything in double quote is also called as a string. Great. But you should not say that kind of a definition in the interview. We should always say string is nothing but a combination of characters. Okay. So how do we declare a string? String variable name equal to value. Whenever we are declaring variable name, we should follow the rules for the string. Please follow the rules used to declare the variables. So whatever variable name you are declaring now, please follow the rules that we have discussed in the previous concept about variables. Every variable that we declare, you have to remember those concepts. It should start with a small character. It should not start with a number or special character. It should start with, okay, it should not have any white spaces, and the variable name should not have any Java keywords. All these rules, it should be in your head, because the variable declaration initialization is something that is like a bread and butter for us. String S2 equal to sample data that we are processing. This is how we declare a string. Now, if I want to print a string, sample data that we are processing. Okay. Whenever we declare a string, we enclose it within double inverted commas. When I say s2.length, prints the number of characters present in the string. Can anyone count and tell me the number of characters in the string?
$34.
Sorry?
34.
Mhm.
It's 34.
Yeah, Rahul, 34. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. When I say s2.2 lowercase, prints the complete string in small letters. S2.2 uppercase prints the complete string in capital letters. Yeah. When I say s2.concat, what does this concat function do? Joins both the strings. The purpose of this concat function is joins both the strings. It will say sample data that you are processing, and it will append this sentence that is as it is. That means in the original sentence, I will add this extra set of data using the concat function. If you see here, the sentence is sample data that we're processing, and it will add the sentence that is called as it is to the original string. Okay.
Rahul,
S2.
in
Yeah.
previous line, we wrote str, then inverted commas, yes it is. Can we omit this str colon thing?
str colon is something that is coming from an editor. I am not written it. Okay.
Okay, all right.
S2 dot starts with checking whether the given string is starting with the word sample. Returns true if the above condition is satisfied, else it returns false. So what is the output?
It will be true.
Okay. Can anyone try answering this question?
Sentence will be in uppercase with S2.
Sorry, Sweta.
Output will be the sentence will be in uppercase along with S2.
Okay, the condition we are
I
checking is starts
think
with.
the answer would be false
Oh, false.
Okay. If it's false, why?
because Java checks the lowercase and the uppercase.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is case sensitive language.
Mm-hmm. So you're trying to
So
say,
as we are
yeah, we have converted the string to a capital letter. And I'm checking whether the string is starting with the original string, which is having a mix of capital and small letters. Correct? Correct, right? So when I say s2.2 uppercase, what will be the answer? I am checking whether the string is starting with the word. So obviously this is false, right? Because the word sample that is written in capital letters is not matching with the word that is written in the small letters. So that is why it will throw an error. It will throw a false. Not error, it will return false. Got it, everyone?
Rahul, one question here.
Mhm.
Whenever we do any operation, the original like S2 remains, it holds this original value added, right?
You mean what? Whatever
For
operations I
example, if
perform
I
in
do S2 dot to uppercase,
yeah.
so that is not getting stored in S2 only.
Yes. That is not being stored. That's a good observation.
Okay.
Remember that. Whatever operations we perform on the string is not stored back in the original variable. Clear? Remember this thing. Whatever operations we perform is not stored back into the original variable. The operation is applicable only for that line. We are not storing it in any variable or doing something. Whatever operations we are doing, it is applicable only for that line. Now everyone understood the line number 38?
So to print that, we need to store it on some other variable, right?
Yes.
Does it
We
any
have to
way store it directly or print? We can directly print that, right?
So if you want to carry forward the updated operation, you have to store it in a separate variable and you have to use the new variable for remaining string operations. Charasila.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
What is the answer for this? Sorry, it's not contains, it's starts. What is the answer?
It will be true.
Right. Now,
It will also
True.
be true.
Return the true value.
starts with processing. What will be the answer for this?
False.
False.
Great. So the beautiful thing about Java is I can reuse my variables in the whole program. So what we are doing here, we are reusing the same variable name across this whole program. Got it? Whatever variable name I have declared at the top, I can reuse the same variable name again and again.
Now reuse means we can change the string and we can
Yes,
use
yes.
as it is, right?
Yes, yes. Okay. S2 dot contains sum. So checks if the word sum is present in the string. Returns true if the above condition is satisfied. Else it returns false. What is the answer?
It will return true.
True.
Great. Correct, you guys are right. What is the answer?
It will return also true.
True.
False.
True, false, false, true. Yeah.
Yeah, Rahul, one doubt I have. Just like S2 was having some other sentence, now it has another sentence. That means, did it get overwrite with the previous sentence?
Yes. The previous value now we cannot access it.
Okay, okay.
The second one is false.
Yes, it's false because case sensitivity matters here.
Yeah, D is capital.
D is capital, yeah.
That contains to the two lowercase. Now,
False.
False.
I hope everyone is clear with line number 52.
Yes.
Everyone, please confirm it.
No, Rahul, I
Yes.
need little bit explanation here.
Priyanka, you need explanation here. Okay. So when I say S2.2 uppercase, what is happening here? We are playing the PM some sports for the day
Yeah.
that contains we are playing some sports for the day. Now can you
Okay, all right, got it. It will
so
return
with
false.
yeah. So within the string function also I can apply more functions. It is not like since I've applied one function, I cannot apply one more function. There's nothing like that. I can apply more and more functions inside this. Got it? Clear? So we will hold our discussion here because strings is a very huge concept and there are some around, to the best of my knowledge, we have to discuss around more 30 more functions we have to discuss and it will consume a lot of time for us. So we will stop it for today and I will share the
And
questions on the
Rahul,
gist.
please share just like yesterday on the gist, please.
Yeah, I'll do share with the team. They will share with the team. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you can ask any of your questions. Now the floor is open for any set of questions. You can ask it.
So Rahul, for now, because we have a simple program, no functions are included here. That is why all the variables are accessible, all the strings are accessible throughout the program. But we will be covering the functions, right?
Yeah, it's a
In
step-by-step
future.
process.
Okay.
In order to cover
Yeah.
functions also, I need some fundamentals to set up, right?
Yeah.
Without
Got it.
string, without all these things. If I want to explain a method, I need some functions in my hand, right?
Yeah, got it. Okay.
Right. Anything else?
Yeah, Rahul. Rahul, once we declare any value to the string, so it cannot be changed, right?
It cannot be changed, Arvind. Be clear in your question.
Means yeah, you like you assign the value to the, like S2, like we are playing some sport for the day. It will be final, right? For that it cannot be changed. So
We
like
can change again if I come down
yeah,
and if I
we can change it. Yeah, so that's why it's saying that the string is in Java is immutable, right?
no, that's the definition of immutable is different. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, actually, this is the question is like asking in the interview lot more time, so that's why I'm asking.
First, if I want to explain immutable, first I have to finish all the whole string story. Then I have to discuss what is
Okay.
immutable. Before that, I have to explain what is Java memory map, what is JVM.
Ah. Mhm.
Okay. In order to explain
Okay.
what is string is immutable in a very easy way, I have to set up the terms, what is mutable, what is immutable. Then only you will understand. If I say
Okay.
some theory like YouTube channel, you will not understand.
Okay. Okay. We are gonna continue on string only, right? Yeah. Today, tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. Right? Today is
Yeah,
Friday.
Friday. Yeah.
Monday.
It's Monday. On Monday. Yeah. Got it.
Classes will be on Monday to Friday, Karna.
Sure.
The person who asked me string is immutable. So we need to establish the concept of what is immutable, what is mutable, how this concept has come up. If we establish this terminologies only when you are when you are asked in the interview, if the interviewer twists your thought process, then you can have the confidence of sticking to the same point. Clear? I don't know who name of the person who asked it, but I'm answering to that person.
Yeah, it's Lokesh. It's clear. I'm clear about it. Thank you.
Same timing. There's no change in timing, so it's the same timing. And for your information, we have a DSA session that is for testers only, not for developers, where we discuss some sorting algorithms, search algorithms, some greedy algorithms, and some programming questions which are asked in the one of the most interviews. So we'll be discussing all these things. That doesn't mean that I'll not discuss here. Here, along with the concept, we discuss some questions, but that class is dedicated only for some tough programming questions like what they ask in Codility or some lead code or some hacker run. Some questions I'll be discussing which are at a tester level. Every alternate Saturday we will have it.
That means next Saturday, not this
This
Saturday.
Saturday. This Saturday we have tomorrow night 10 to 11.
What time again, please?
10 to 11, Roma. It will be midnight
10
for
to
you.
11. Okay.
It will be midnight for you. So you just have to access the recording.
Rahul, will you provide the link for the meeting or?
Well, I'll ask the team to provide you the links for the meeting.
Okay.
Sorry, we couldn't get you. Please say it again.
Roma, if it's night 10 to 11 IST, it will be around 3 to 4 a.m. Australian
No,
time for you.
that's not possible for me.
Yeah, that's why.
So Rahul, the link will be provided in the group or will it be
I'll ask the
separate?
team to share it. I'll ask the team to share it.
Okay, perfect.
We have already finished three classes. Binary search, linear search, selection search, and by selections or bubble sort we have finished. This time some of the previous students have asked some programming questions, so I have prepared one question, so I'll be discussing that question there with some time complexity and space complexity.
Okay, do you have those sessions recorded? Can we access them later on?
Yes, I'll have a word with the team, or else when you have a word with the team, you can have a word regarding this DSA sessions, what sir was telling. They will provide you with all the details.
Okay, I'll take a note of that.
Okay. So that is only used to clear your interviews.
I think they are good concepts to know, like even if you're not going for interviews.
So Java is a vast subject. I'm trying to provide the maximum for our fellow testers. That's it.
I agree. Rahul, just one small question. Do you have a Java Black Book? By any chance, the PDF copy?
No. I don't use any black books.
Okay.
The only thing I rely on is the latest technology and the Java documentation that I have. That's it.
Okay. I went through it long back. I was just thinking like if it is handy with you because you are day in, day out dealing with a lot of people with Java.
Well, day in, day out, I deal with a lot of people. Day in, day out, also a lot of architectural changes happen. So I have to go through a lot of documentations, a lot of other articles, a lot of videos from official Java site. So I have to do a lot of things. To give you this kind of a concept, I have to go through a lot of videos. Not now, but initially I have to go through a lot of channels of Oracle, get the details, and do all this activities, right? Because life is not about YouTube, I believe. So great.
Okay.
If you want me to explain Java, I can explain it from a electronic component side because there are in Java compiler we have 8 electronic components. If you pass one statement, how the statement will be bifurcated into ASCII value, then from that bytecode, then the bytecode to dot class file, then the dot class file to all these things. That again coming under semiconductors and all those things. So I don't want to overload it with that much. For developers, we say all these things.
I would like to understand the JDK versions that we have because the framework that I am dealing with, the in-house organization framework, there is a lot of complexities that we have to face every day. So if you have any session regarding the integration of the JDK components, I would love to attend that.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
I have to plan that because it's not about I know. It's all about I have to formulate in a teaching manner, right? So that's the thing.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, let's see that. We'll take
Or
that.
I can ping you the issues probably one-on-one
Yeah,
whenever
ping the
you
list.
get time.
Yeah, ping the list of issues. That would be great, because if you go as a forward engineer, it will really confuse you. You come as a backward engineer. You have to do reverse engineering in this case.
Okay. Yeah, I can share those with you.
Sure. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Great. Okay, since everyone is done with their queries, then we can call it for the day and we can connect back on Monday.
Yep. Thank you, Rahul.
Thank you. Divya, if you are part of the group, you're obviously getting recordings. Okay. Please check whether you're part of the group or not. You're added in the group or Divya.
I don't know what group you're talking about.
If you're part of a group, you will get the recordings by default. If you're not part of a group, just ask the team to add you in the group for all the playlist.
Okay, so the team in the sense,
Whom you have coordinated and came, like how you have joined the demo session, like via the WhatsApp post or what?
yeah, I mean, they have requested my email ID. I filled that form and then I started getting this meeting invites.
Okay. One thing I will do for you, I will share you the YouTube playlist link for now in the Zoom chat window. Please make a note of it.
Okay.
Just give me a moment. I even have to dwell into the playlist. Okay. So this is the playlist, Divya. Just go through this playlist.
Okay.
So Rahul, my understanding is like only for paid people they have a separate link, right?
No.
So
I mean,
this is
paid
just a
people.
common link. This is just a common link
Yeah. This is
who
a
is
common
attending the.
thing. Yes. Once the final batch is formed, then we'll have a different group, different meeting link and all these things. And the GitHub repository and the assignments, everything.
So because I'm lost, I don't know the point of contact also.
Okay, I'll give you the point of contact. Don't worry. I'll help you with the point of contact.
Thank you.
Don't worry. With that information, I can help you out.
Sure.
So this is the number, Divya. You can have a word with Kumar Gupta sir.
Okay, I'll connect.
Yeah,
Thank you.
make a note
I
of this.
started attending only from yesterday and I don't know like what is the next step, how we are coordinating,
Yes,
or you
yes.
said that information will be available later. I'm not getting any of those, so.
Okay. Now you have the information. Now I have given you the YouTube playlist link and any further details. I've given you the point of contact, that is Kumar Gupta sir. He will address all your queries regarding the batch fees and any other details. Anything related to the course, you can connect with me, Divya.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Rahul.
Thank you. So great. Okay, we'll call it for the day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rahul.